Now, ego consciousness tries to remove them sickness by introducing health and healing from outside. An impossible task. Healing and health doesn't come from an outside source. Can only come from within. Our ability for our bodies to heal comes from our ability to dwell into the aspect of our true reality, our true selves. To be in that state where we become one with the divine is what the practice of meditation does. And when we are in that, there is not some mental exercise. There's not some rationalization of it, but rather an experience where your body, every cell in your body can feel that it's part of this current, the current of pulsation that is in everything. And when you are in that, all the things that worry so much, that worry you so much, whether it's co-workers that are bothering you all the time, or you think that they're bothering you, is your friends, your boyfriend, your wife, your lover, whatever, becomes something of a mental construction. Because you see the source of everything in it. And then you are free. You become free. And the world becomes, the universe, this reality, is energy. It's filaments of energy that stand everywhere. Everywhere. And you are able to pull from all the sources of healing, all the sources of knowledge. You can have access to the entire universe. Nothing more or nothing less than that. Incredible. And tonight, we have a person that I feel embodies that. When I met him about 11 years ago, he had a tremendous experience in his body, and he could not move certain parts of his body that were immobilized. He was having seizures that would knock him over. But he knew, as a yogi of many years, that true healing will only come from within. So instead of moving away from the practices of yoga, he decided that he will go deeper into them. And this person is Rodney. And I have seen how he has cured himself of this sickness through his practice, through his connection to the source. And Rodney, share how it was done.
All right, when I started practicing yoga, to did something that Carl was speaking about. All right. because there's so many ways of doing things, and first off, we don't know which one to take. So eventually, I'll just read it from the beginning. I'll call this the inner voice. So this will help you, guide you from where you're going. Okay, one's inner voice is the secret to the truth in life. It can save your own life as well as helping others later on. When needed in times of deep trouble, turn within behind all the other thoughts on top. Something is telling you to make a deep change in thought from the outer way of thinking. Why? Because at a time of need, you have to follow the inner voice because it tells you the truth. It guides you to the right road in life, whether you like it or not. It may take years to ever have learned to listen. It was there, but wasn't necessary to be used yet. Although someday the time may come in different ways, one's life can change in minutes, in many different ways and forms. Health, love, death of someone close to you, injuries, time of need has come. A lot of us pray for help, sometimes no answer. Why? Because we had a hidden power inside called your inner voice to choose, called the truth in life. It follows you wherever you go. It can do wonders for you. Things you heard of but hadn't done yet. Yes, we all do when it is necessary. We turn within and learn so much about the power in you that you didn't know how much you had loved it. I had many inner voice experiences. I was dying from being kicked in the head playing football. I had 106 fever for 1 week, so I got paralyzed, the whole left side of the body. My inner voice saved me when I was in an ambulance going to New York Hospital. I looked at the water on the East River and was saying maybe my last time. I was already received extra unction from the priest in the parish. So I said to myself, I'm near the end of the ride. They already had a gravesite picked out for me. I'm not finished in life yet, I said. I have more to live. I'm not dead yet. Was the one that saved my life because I didn't know what else to do, and I come out with that statement to myself. I was a boxer early in my life, and I learned don't ever give up on yourself. I was ready for court reporting. All this was gone, just from 1 minute, from an injury. I had a subdural abscess of the skull in the frontal lobe of the right side of the brain. I went into a coma for 3 days. I was blind when it came out on top of being paralyzed. Then I was dead 3 times and became a world miracle case by 200 medical doctors, neurologists, neurosurgeons. When they heard my case in the Cornell wing of New York Hospital, I didn't know until then that I was dead before. You don't know what it felt like to live. I spoke to everyone and inspired them to do what they had done for me, and I thanked my doctors. I was able to see and not paralyzed anymore, although my brain, the doctor said, was hit during the operation. Everyone asked, did I sue him? I said, no, I thanked him. Because I could move my fingers and I was able to see again. I wasn't thinking of money. At the time, I had something I had never heard of, convulsions. The first time on medication, I went the doctor's route for 6 years. I was practically in every hospital in New York from convulsions. I had another brain operation because no medication worked. It's called the removal of scar tissue, which they thought it would be. So I figured